Hello, it's me. Time for a bonus Elden Ring stream because it's warm outside and my partner is streaming and I want to play more of this game. So hi, how's everyone doing? I still need to fix a couple of things about my stream deck, but some of the things are working, like the mute and unmute button. It remembers what my webcam is, and I still have a lot of junk in the background in my room. But I'm very sweaty because it's warm in the UK. I have a fan pointed at me. Apologies if you hear the fan noise too much on the microphone. But I genuinely need to cool down a little bit. G the B, thank you for the 26 months and the ooey. Yes, we did just record an episode of ooey, which is Soup for Eloise's little streamed podcast vibe. We talked a lot about travel, had some fun stories from my youth in there and from recent times as well. But now we're going to travel to the mountaintops of the giants and fight the fire giant again. So today, we are back with... Wait a second, wrong scene. There we go. Elden Ring. When the webcam comes in from this side, you know it's time for Elden Ring. We are back with Albie Spellin, who today is going to go to Farum Azula. I've done a little bit of stuff off camera. Just earlier today, I spent like maybe half an hour in-game. We're in Stormvale right now because I was gathering one more raw meat dumpling because I went and fought a boss, which was in Seethwater Cave on Mount Gelmir. Where is it? Around here. Seethwater Cave. That one. Yeah. There's a Kindred of Rot in there, which gives you Kindred of Rot's Exaltation. That increases your attack power when you have Rot or Poison, or anything around you has Rot or Poison, which means you get extra attack power. This is all my strategy for, like, ultimately killing Mohg again. The other thing I did was I went and found the merchant, who's an isolated merchant near Rea Lucaria, who sells you the Fanged Imp Ashes, because one of the things we are going to do, it's down here, you just, like, walk from here down the ramp to the point where the gate warps you. And, yeah, like, one of the things we're going to do is go to the consecrated snowfield to solve the puzzle of the Rise there, and you need this Ash of War in order to do that. Zachary, what's up? It has been a while. I've been well. I've been okay, yeah. Just got back from a trip to the United States last week, and now we've been back for a week. I've got a little bit of survival guide stuff done. We've done a couple of streams, and I'm currently continuing my 4th playthrough in the Elden Ring A-Z. Just got done recording a podcast with Eloise talking about travel. So it was a very timely podcast because I had just come back from travel and Eloise was just about to go traveling. So we had that in common. And it was one of the topics that Elle suggested a little while ago. Was like, I want to talk about travel with somebody. I was like, I'll be that guy. I don't typically think of myself as a particularly travel-y man, but I have been to some places. So it made sense. I have opinions about travel, if nothing else. What's up, Gorilla Faces? Hi, Mercy. What's up, Avriel? Nordic Wolf? Sapphire Augen? Good to see you. Zerotron, Heaven, Broken Physics. Thank you all for being here. We're just going to run our way to the consecrated snowfield like we normally do. Would love to stay and fight some of these guys, but I got places to be, so let's pick up some freezing grease and be on our way. I'm not going to take this grace because for once I am confident. Now we're here, we can get Torrent, and let's get the heck out of here. All we got to do is follow the lights to get to the first grace anyway. And from there I will go and get the map fragment, if only because I deserve it. And then it'll give me a better idea of where the Rise is, even though I think it's still somewhere back here, so I can get to it relatively easily. So if we go around this tree and past these guys, we get to the carriage. We cut in front of them. I think the Rise is sort of over here on the right somewhere. But, oh, cliff there. This is where I want to be heading. Can we jump down from here? Of course we can. Not a problem. Those are a problem, but we'll ignore them. That doesn't look too great. Where can I jump off this? Well, there'll do. Torrent doesn't mind. We'll get this grace as well. What's that one called? Inner Consecrated Snowfield. Great, very descriptive. Oh, there it is. Suddenly there's scenery. I hope all is well. All is pretty well so far, yeah. Our bedroom now has a floor and skirting boards again, which is nice. So we can move our furniture back in, and we're not going to have construction noise or too much interruption for the next couple of weeks. The guy who's working on our new wardrobe is going to be doing another job for the next week or so. So we're not going to see him for a little while, and it means I can continue recording uninterrupted. It will have been 9 years since you subscribed to me on YouTube in 6 days. August 6th was the OMG Craft episode. Oh my goodness, I hadn't even thought of that for a while. That's incredible, and I owe a lot to OMG Jad, it turns out. Haven't seen much of his stuff for a while, but I hope he's still doing well. And thank you so much for being subscribed for 9 years. That means a lot. Of course. Why is it always grass? Now then, okay, we need to be headed further north, I guess, to get to the rise itself. Oh yeah, there's all of the graven masses here, because this is not a place of honor. Instead, it's a place of imps fighting. So this is the trick to this one, if people are unfamiliar with this. These ghostly imps appear around the outside, and you can kill them normally, but the statue here is a clue. You've got to summon your own imps and have them fight. And if your imp beats the imp that's dying here, there you go. You can help with the fight, but the seal on the rise opens. It turns out that if you don't upgrade those guys, they're not very strong. So, let's head up here. Vinka, thank you for the 42 months. The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything, and how many months you're subscribed. Thank you so much. So if I head up here, we should get the Graven Mass Talisman to replace our Graven School Talisman. Ain't it just? Oh. A guy. Is there a thing with him? Oh no, that's literally my summon phasing in and out of existence. How weird. So yeah, now we have this, and the cool thing is these can actually be equipped at the same time. So if I give up a Radagon icon, I can have basically like a stacked buff. Or if I give up Kindred of Rot, but Kindred of Rot I think gives me slightly better attack stat. All of this is once again so I can fight Mohg. Thought you would sub again as well. Thank you for the 16, Zachary. Appreciate it. So the goal here... Radagon icon shortens spell casting time, but that's not really what I need to be concerned about. The goal here is walk through the door. Oh, first of all, I've got to have the raw meat dumpling somewhere. So let's put that here now we're done with the Fanged Imp Ashes. I've got to eat a dumpling. Cast Terra Magica. Drink my flask. Comet Azure Mohg. I might as well put this on for a little bit of extra power, right? Raises the potency of sorceries. Yeah, we basically got the maximum sorcery potency we can have. How did chatting with Eloise go? It was fun. It should be up as a VOD if you want to go back and watch. We told lots of stories about travel. Travel going well, travel going badly, reasons for traveling. Which is mostly good scenery, good people, and food. Alright, so we walk through the door. We eat a dumpling. We cast Terra Magica. We chug the flask. We comet the guy. Okay. It's still not working. I'm just never going to beat him, am I? Managed to catch an Elden Ring stream again? Glad you're here. Welcome in. Yeah, I think they have... They might have nerfed Comet Azure recently because it was too easy to fight Mohg this way or something. I vaguely remember that. I don't think I could have done that much better. We'll try one more time. But I've only got one more dumpling, so after that we're going back to the mountaintops and fighting Fire Giants instead. So the order of operations is, once again, cast Terra Magica, eat the raw dumpling to proc this, chug the Wondrous Physic, cast Comet Azure. I might also throw one Great Oracular Bubble in there. Eat this, chug flask, and cast. We're almost there, we're almost there. Kill him before he does this. Oh, almost, almost. We almost did it. We're almost there. It went a bit better that time, you may notice. So the goal with Mohg, I think, is to get at range. And we'll probably do the rest of this with bubbles if we can. Obviously, still being poisoned doesn't help enormously here, but... Mohg is, like, way more aggressive when you're up close. But fortunately, I'm decent at avoiding his attacks now. And he tends to just walk menacingly towards you the rest of the time. Which is fine by me and my bubbles. I'm so glad we tried this a second time, though. Except I might be about to die. Ah! And now I have no dumplings. I'll get you next time, Mohg. Yeah, I don't have the shackle. Well, there's a way of getting dumplings guaranteed, and some of that involves fighting jars. I forget exactly where the jars are, so maybe we'll save that for another time. But for now, we're going to head to Mountaintops and we're going to fight Fire Giant. The other way of getting dumplings is to do Edgar's questline, and I've not done any of Castle Morn, so I'm not gonna. I suffered from hubris there, though. I did unfortunately suffer from hubris there. I also have Sellen's crown now. I went to Ray Lucaria to grab the the Glintstone Scarab talisman, or helmet, rather. And I got Sellen's hat as well, which raises intelligence and arcane, which is actually fairly appropriate for this run. But I want to go back to my bandit mask just because it looks cool. Like Fashion Souls, am I right? So we are going to go and do Fire Giant. I have a different strategy this time, but I also have better talismans. So we're going to re-equip... Actually, we're going to keep that there. We're going to put Radagon icon in favor of... instead of the Kindred of Rot talisman, because I'm not planning on using the poison debuff thing frequently. It's just... That was one of the recommendations for buffing Comet Azure. Amusing, Broken Physics, that clip also includes a trident. The only other thing I could do with Fire Giant, I feel like, is bring Alexander along for the fight and have more flasks, which the other thing I've done is I did go to the Stormcaller Church, this one, and grab the last Sacred Tear that I needed. So my flasks now do as much healing as they possibly can. We're going to pop a Rune Arc, not because I'm confident, but because I feel like having a little extra damage potential. And maybe a little extra vigor, because that will help when Fire Giant inevitably does the attack that I can't dodge. This one. And this time, I'm going to attack his ankle thing with a melee weapon. Because hopefully that will be easier. Ow. Oh, he was rolling. I didn't realize he was rolling. I thought he was just slamming the thing. Okay. There we go. Okay. And now I bubble you. And then his leg bone just kind of rolls away. It's the Battle of the Bubbles again. And that attack, of course. Gotta remember that the bubbles aren't always going to track him forever, so I do need to be relatively close in order to cast them. And the problem with that is I can't see his attacks. Alright. Of course, the other strat here is just wait for him to stand still long enough that I can comet him, but I don't want to rely on that spell too much. Your reaction to Fire Giant is that of Egon's to Bale, yeah. Curse you, Fire Giant! Behold, a true tarnished warrior, and I, Iron Fist Alexander. With a hail of harpoons! I can't wait to get to do the Bale fight at some stage in this. I wonder if doing Oracle Bubbles is going to make more sense when I can actually stand up. Purely because of how big Fire Giant is as a target, I'm pretty sure all the bubbles are at least going to hit. I could be wrong about that, though. Okay, that did a lot of damage, actually. Hello? Oh. Okay, if I can do 2,000 damage at a time, we might be okay. Yeah, it turns out I was kind of right about that, I guess. Main problem is now avoiding getting hit by those. And my casting time is slow enough that I want to stay maneuverable. I feel like I can never rely on the scenery to protect me from his attacks either, which is unfortunate, you know? Thought I was going to roll from that one. Apparently I was not. Okay. Next. Yeah, I think I do need to go and grab this Grace just so I don't have to keep doing the run back all of the time. Depends if the birds will let me. There we go. With a hail of dinner plates. Yeah, I think because we did beat Radagon in this playthrough, all I need to do to make sure Alexander shows up here is go to find him at Mount Gelmir, so we could do that if we just need a distraction. If we need another target for all of the projectiles and stuff. But he's not here yet, so maybe if I can't get through this fight myself. But I think I should be able to, so... Well, that didn't turn out so great. There we go. That's the stuff. Dude, we actually staggered him. Unbelievable. Imagine getting staggered to bubbles, though. Like, as this guy. Okay. Hopefully dodging that attack slightly better this time. Ow, 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 I'm on fire. I use Bubble Beam. He uses Fire Blast. Nope. Oh, don't roll away. You coward! Come back here! Oh, the other thing I did off camera was I figured out where the Briar sorceries I need are. And now we shall bubble you in the face! Or in the crotch if necessary. Oh, I forgot he does that. Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't have stayed underneath him. Mysterious Crow, thank you for the 21 months. I need to be better at getting on Torrent in this fight, but I feel like every time I get on Torrent, he just does an attack that takes me off Torrent. I'm not good at dodging when I'm on the horse. I could also maybe give myself a small reprieve if I switch the mixed physic tier back out for opal and bubble tier, but not too worried about that. Why did he do that attack twice? There's no reason for him to do that attack twice. Just wanted to immediately kill me, I guess. He saw me coming this time. That's fine. Won't make that mistake again. Alright. Torrent to me! No way he doesn't do it this time. Oh, so close. Nice. Okay, a little bit easier to identify the role that time. You bubble at me, I bubble at you. Nice. Good dodge. That was going to hit me. Okay, back off from this one. And he's rolling again. Oh, now he's up on the rock. Great. Come down from the rock, you coward. You and your big plate. That's right, roll away from the bubble that you sent after me. I'm a man of bubbles, I know how this works. Ow! Nice, we got that one. Oh, and just back rolled right into an inferno. And then we did it again. Oh, close one that time. Okay, this should get us second phase. Nice. Oh god, I have so little health. Okay, I think one of those saved me from the other one. I'm not in a good way here. No, the tree! Curse you, tree! I was doing so well! Alright, one more try. We'll do one more try. I think that's the strat, though. I think Comet Azure him after phase 2, and then... Honestly, with Terra Magica in place already, we might even get better damage out of that, but I don't know if it's worth the time loss. Oh, you're trying not to spoil Small? Well, sorry to spoil this fight for you, but this is Fire Giant. Fire Giant's significance to the plot is hazy at best, so don't worry too much about story spoilers, but... RIP Torrent, we barely knew you. I'm skipping cutscenes and stuff as well, so hopefully you won't get spoiled for any of the stuff that happens in those. No, my bubbles. Oh, good. We got it. Somehow we got it. At least he's going to stay in one place while he does that part, right? Just not so much with that part. So we got a couple of extra hits in there. Nice. Okay, that part's gone well. Okay, let's Terra Magica. Let's Flask. And... Comets. Dang it, I target locked on the wrong thing. Because this guy's too big. Oh, garbage. Hate this game sometimes. Why have you given this guy such a big face if I can't target lock? Ow. I will bubble you to death. Next time. You've watched me play this game before, so it's already a bit spoiled, but he's helping me figure out mechanics. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, well this time we'll actually try and lock onto Fire Giant's face, and, you know, I might be overcomplicating that for myself by putting Terra Magica into the mix, but hopefully we can get a little extra damage in. I think Oracle Bubbles up close is working really well. It's just a problem of not really having an easy target for it once second phase begins. Well, for once, Torrent didn't immediately die, so there's that. For once, I almost immediately died, though, so... Okay, I think... Weirdly enough, a couple of those bubbles hit his leg. There we go. I saw a post on the Reddit, I think yesterday or today, that was something along the lines of please let us zoom out the camera when we're fighting giant bosses, and I gotta say, I couldn't agree more. Dang it, thought I rolled in time. Apparently I did not. Probably rolled too early. Okay, that might take us to phase 2. Not quite. This one will, though. If it even hits him. Oh, it did. Okay, great. Alright, we'll send a few bubbles out. We'll do our best. Please run into a couple of them. Okay, he did. Oh, he did! He did both of them! Yeah! Alright, I think that was worth it. I think that was worth it, just about. The spell release is so painfully slow. I know, that's the sorcery. It's really powerful when it hits. Like on single targets, especially big targets, the bubble sorceries are genuinely pretty good. I think I might give myself more intelligence, because then if I don't have to use this talisman or a rune arc to get Comet Azure working, I think I can be happier with that. Also, it does scale up my sorcery slightly. Hey, how his eye keeps looking at you? Well, he's got to see me one way or the other. Alright. We're off to see the wizard. And by the wizard, I mean Maliketh, who's going to be really annoying to fight with bubbles, let me tell you. I mean, the first phase is hopefully going to be easy enough, but the second? I don't know, man. We might have to use a summon or something. Thank you for the GGs. We do have melee options, of course, but I do kind of want to fight with the staff. It is the point of the playthrough. Talk to Melina. For the first time in a while.
I have long observed the lands between.
Me too, dude. I watch streamers all the time.
Very well. Let my hand.
She wanted to know if we were ready to commit, and turns out we are. Why is there an ad? Welcome to Twitch. Alright, we've woken up in a strange, dragony land. Welcome to Farum Azula. Finally, we can get hold of the smithing stones we will need to completely upgrade my main weapon. What's the cloak top piece I'm wearing? This is Mad Tongue Alberic's robe and trousers. The gauntlets are Radagon soldier gauntlets, and this is a bandit mask from the starter class for this character. Mad Tongue Alberic's stuff is available to you once you reach Lanedell. Worth looking up how to get it if you're not clear, because it does reveal some other cool stuff that I won't spoil for certain people in the chat who are apparently playing this game. Get bubbled. All of you get bubbled. Surprisingly effective, this spell. Okay. Little bit of a technical hitch there, but I came out of it pretty well. Let's see if we can do a charged one on this guy. I guess not, huh? Anyway, like I said, they call this the bubble butt. I just love seeing them rage and then get immediately hit with a stream of bubbles. I think that's the funniest thing. I'm going to ignore these two, because there's a grace here. And even if they kill me, I will just respawn next to it, so, you know. There we go. Shotgun bubbles? Shotgun bubbles. Okay, we are now able to teleport in Farum Azula again, which is nice. Just going to make a beeline for Godskin Duo so that we can start upgrading things. There are a couple of smithing stones on the way, but I might as well just go ahead and buy them now. Please don't look at the dragon. The dragon can only hurt you if you look at it. Okay, so we got a couple of smithing stones, but not quite enough to fully upgrade the staff yet. We also need to make sure we kill a specific dragon on the way there. Excuse me. Once again, if I die by this grace, I can just respawn, but I can at least get rid of the aggro. So we have Somber 4, but that's not the one we want. We want the regular smithing stone. Bell bearing. Ow. You, stop that. Don't. Let me tell you, exploring this place the first time through, I found it kind of difficult to know where I was supposed to be going. Now I have such a specific route through here that I'm not sure I could find anywhere else without getting lost. But I know my way through. And the way through always involves summoning, what's his face? Knight Bernal. You kind of walked into that one, my friend. GG. Excuse me. I don't think I'm never not going to summon Bernal for this fight. From this point on. Then again, there's a couple of ways to do this fight that I could probably manage without summoning, but you know. Recuse yourself, sir. And let's do this. Question is, do we comment as you're anybody? The answer is probably. See if we can get them lined up for this one. Okay, he did see me after all. They're mostly taking out Banal, so I can just fire bubbles at Noble with extreme prejudice. Oh, we staggered him. Nice. Love that for us. Unfortunately, he just continued rolling after that, weirdly. Wait, is Banal nearly dead? Does he have a heal? He has a heal, right? Oh, he does. Yeah, that's fine. He has like a regen thing. Would really love to target the guy trying to kill me, if you don't mind. Ow. Great. Perfect. Okay, looks like Banal managed to get that guy, so... should be able to just charge one up and let it fly. Oh, it missed. I was hoping to time that. Ah. Gotta be somewhat wary of that HP drain as well. Oh, Banal's dead. Okay, well now I have to actually perform. He deserved it anyway, he was a recusant. Seriously? Getting stuck on a corner right there. Oh, come on. Tips on getting started on streaming? Download OBS. It's pro tip number 1. Download OBS. Oh, they're already here. They're already here. Banal, if you don't mind. Banal, if you could please. Where's my runes? There we go. Actually don't want to lose these now I have about 50,000. The problem with Comet Azure when you have 2 targets and neither of them really feels like moving around much, or neither of them really feels like staying still for very long, is that the cheese strat doesn't work as well. Oh, he's coming again. There we go. All right. Alright, cool. Now I'm just going to drift a couple down the room from slightly further away and hope one of them hits when they respawn. Nice. Banal, if you don't mind. Thanks, man. See, this guy's a big target. How about we... oh. Maybe not. Oh, maybe we do. He tightens the spiral ever so slightly once you get to a certain point in the roll, so this might not work forever, but there we go. Alright. Here comes Apostle again, and we're almost through this. No, come back, Bubble. Oh, I'll get the crit. Sure, why not? Didn't quite get the crit, but you know. One more bubble should do it. Right in his face. And then this guy doesn't even know what hit him. Yeah! Black Flame Tornado and Ash of War I probably will not use. But it's nice to have. Alright, slightly more intelligence. Can't hurt. And now we go back to the round table hold and we upgrade things. Wow, Corrin died. At some point during all of that. Didn't realize that guy had a flail. How interesting. Now we need Smithing Stone 7 and 8, right? Yeah. Might be controversial, I really like the Godskin Duo fight. I think it's cool. I think people just found it difficult initially. Realized I never picked all of that up. Oh yeah, we need to offer the bell bearing, don't we? That one. So we need 5 of these, and then 8 of those, but I don't have enough runes yet. How much were those? Okay, cool. And then what's this at? Plus 19. So 20 and 21 needs to be Smithing Stone 7. So I think we'll probably just crush the Fire Giants. Remembrance. Won't need that for a while. Hilarious to see such vicious enemies fall to bubble. I mean, again, that's one of the reasons we're doing this, is just because it's very funny seeing enemies die to ridiculous weapons. That'll get the Ripple Blade to plus 22, I guess? Geode Prime, welcome in. Right. Oh yeah, I also need runes for this, huh? Fine, if I have to pay, then I have to pay. Might need to go kill a couple of birds to have the budget to level up, but... Then we need our Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. That was exactly the amount of runes we needed to get this to plus 22. Cool. So now, as we continue through Farum Azula, we should get to the point where we have the right smithing stones. I believe it's this way to get out. This is going to be a fun one. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to get the drop on him. Never mind. Oh, the other guy found me. There we go. Whew. For a moment there. For a moment there, he almost had us. That's absolutely going to hit the statue next to him. Well, I mean, it did, but I guess collateral happened. Ooh, budget. Oh, I'm absolutely bubbling this guy. This guy's caused me a headache on several occasions. Send up a follow-up. Yeah. I just love it when they can't see it coming, you know? The problem with all the fast attacks in this game is that enemies can input read and dodge them. The slow attacks, for whatever reason, always seem to land. You missed Fire Giant, yes. It took us a few attempts in the end. He's just a little tricky when your attacks are all slow moving because he doesn't look fast, but he moves quickly because he's so big. Like, he gets out of the way of stuff with surprising agility. So yeah, now we're just headed for Maliketh via upgrade materials. If we get to Godfrey today, I'll be very surprised. And first of all, we will have to go through Gideon, but, you know. It is kind of tempting to just comment as your Gideon. He does it to you, so why couldn't you do it to him, you know? And Gideon will also fall victim to the bubbles pretty easily because even though he can roll, he's not going to attempt to roll the bubbles. Kayla Peter, what's up? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Bubbles for birds is my new policy. Oh, dang it. That one didn't land. You guys want to hear a Dutch joke? I probably shouldn't do it. It's the Olympics, you know. Wouldn't want to be weird about it or anything, but that's not exactly the problem. No, I'm not gonna... Eva, I'm not gonna do the Dutch joke. The problem with the Dutch joke is it never lands. Thank you to Ellen from now on for telling that joke on basically every stream. Also, thank you to Ellen from now on for helping me recognize the flag of Bulgaria at every opportunity, which has come in slightly useful at these Olympics. Okay, for once I was able to get the birds out of the way, which is why this dragon is now going to one-shot me when I get close, right? But fortunately for me, I have other attacks I can do. Powerful attacks that actually aren't going to get close. Yeah, I'm not within range. I guess the range of the spells is probably around where that lightning is currently striking. Yeah, okay. Once you get into the arena of the dragon, that's probably when you can start actually using spells on it. I will say it's refreshing to actually fight this dragon. We got one of those. I feel like one of two things happens when we fight that dragon. Either we, like, have to kill it melee style, and it's really awkward because the only two places you can lock onto those dragons are the head and the body, neither of which is really easy to reach with a melee weapon. Or the dragon flies away and you can't kill it and you don't get the smithing stone. And I'm like, thanks. Either way, this has been a delight, and I hope to do it again 300 or so more times. Yeah, I figured the scenery was going to be protecting these two. I did the best tactical thing I could there, which was lie down. Bubble for you. More bubbles for you. Oh, you're not going to come close. You're one of those. It's a casting one. There we go. You're one of those wizard beasts. Da-na-na-na. Beast wizard! The 1-2 punch, though. Gotta appreciate the 1-2 punch. Oh, that guy ran away for longer than he needed to, let's be real. Cool acrobatics. Something else I've been seeing in the Olympics. Do they have the same reach as the moons? I think the oracular bubble actually has about the same reach, but the problem is it, like, pauses in mid-air after a while. I genuinely considered leveling up my intelligence enough that I could use the full moon sorceries. How did I completely fail to dodge all of those? Yeah, I wanted to use the full moon sorceries on the basis of the moon itself being a bubble, but I was overruled. Much as I would also love to bubble Dragonlord Placidus Axe, I think we are probably going to have to move on. Cool, good fight. I'm going to grab this because I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, that. Then we're just going to run for the lift. Alright, so that is us at Maliketh, give or take the Draconic Tree Sentinel. No worries, Grunty. Thanks for stopping by and leaving some kind words. Appreciate it. Can't find the list of weapons. What's next? Next is our first DLC weapon, the Ancient Meteoric or Greatsword. Or Mohg for short. That is going to be a fun challenge getting there because we will have to kill Mohg, which has been impossible for me to do on this stream, apparently. And I think we're probably going to build for the Greatsword, the one you get from Kaled, like the Guts Berserk Greatsword, and then upgrade to the Ancient Meteoric or Greatsword later. But I need to learn the Mohg fight, so that's going to be fun. So let's buy... I think we need 8 of these. Maybe 6? It's plus 23 and plus 24. So I think we need 10. There we go. Seems like a great challenge. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. There are 1 or 2 types of vaults in the trial chamber, or 1 vault with 2 keys. There are 2 types of vaults. There are regular vaults and there are ominous vaults. They are 2 different blocks. And each of them corresponds to the same key. Or to different keys, rather. The key with the name that says, like, ominous key versus trial key. The other thing we could do is go and get more golden seeds. I think I might do that between streams if I have time, if I can. But that, of course, assumes that we're able to beat Maliketh. Now the question is, do we just Comet Azure the Draconic Tree Sentinel as it's walking down? Will he let me? Because I feel like he's also quite agile with the horse and everything. So we could end up bubbling this guy instead, but you know. As soon as I can target him, I'm going for it. There we go. Yeah, he has to ready his weapon, and then most of the time he will just run straight at you, so... Actually perfect. Used up my full mana bar. Instantly destroyed him. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Fatality. And everyone loves to point out that you can still see his shadow against the edge of the thing. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the Grace, because I've just used my my flask, right? Good old Comet Azure. I know. I know. Again, I don't want to rely too heavily on that, because it's just going to be every sorcery run we'll end up using it, but Azure's Glintstone Staff is coming up soon, along with the run in which I aim to get every sorcery. Oh, that was the other thing I need to go and do before we fight Maliketh, just in case this can be, you know, something worthwhile, something that will give us the edge. There's not really a Grace near it, except for this one. But I looked on the wiki and I remembered where to get the Briar sorcery from. So we'll quickly go there. And Dr. Banana Man said, thank you so much for the 42 months. There's a couple of 42-month resubs today. That's really awesome. Never did work that great when I tried that. Yeah, I did also kind of min-max this build for using Comet Azure for a little bit there, because I wanted to use it to kill Mohg. But I'm really all about the bubbles. You know that about me. I think the first phase of the Gurank Maliketh fight, I think we can probably Comet Azure him on the first attempt, and maybe on subsequent attempts, if we want to just skip straight to phase 2, but on phase 2 he does so much more movement that I honestly don't know if we'd be able to hit him with that or the bubbles, so that'll be an interesting challenge. Yeah, we need the Finding Nemo emotes. Tragically, we won't be spending too much more time with Albi Spellin and the Bubble Wand. Okay, it's not this one. I think it's on a corpse somewhere over here. That's the one. Brian's of Punishment. I guess the place I could have a Grace is the catacomb that's around here, but I've also just aggroed the bird. Rule number 1 of any Dark Souls game, never aggro the bird. Okay, cool. My quick teleport to the Table of Lost Grace. But yeah, if we swap out this... Actually, honestly, Star Shower was MVP against Garank on the first sorcery playthrough. What do you mean this requires faith? An aberrant sorcery in that it requires faith. 21 faith? How much faith do I have? 8. Oh, good. What's up, Kev? Welcome on in. Okay, so Briar Sorcery is out. Even though this staff is supposed to enhance it, and Alberic's whole move set, or his weapon set, armor set, is supposed to enhance it, I guess we're just not doing that. I guess we'll have to use Maliketh's runes leveling my faith stat or something. Also, I'm gonna try like lowering my graphics settings or something. Can we... Trying to weed out some of those little graphical hitches that we get. Just to make sure that they don't interfere during boss fights. Okay, cool. That gets us to phase 2. Now the point is, survive phase 2. Was my beam still going right there? That's incredible if it was. And that's my problem, is that all of my spellcasting is slow, and this fight is fast. At least we know we can get to phase 2 very quickly. So we can skip all of Beast Clergyman and all of the dodging and stuff. The graphic glitches are a thing on PC with Elden Ring? Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to minimize the amount that it happens where possible. And honestly, even on medium settings, this game looks gorgeous, so... Shout out to art direction. Okay, we got a little bit of bonus damage before my physic flask ran out. And now I'm going to Star Shower because it's a spell that I know works on him. I'm so squishy, that's the problem, I'm squishy. Graphic glitches are always a thing. Even on Minecraft sometimes. I'm gonna try and mix some bubbles in there, but the bubbles don't cast very quickly. Whereas Star Shower definitely does. What's been the hardest so far? I always struggle with magic. Hardest has been bow, no question. Albinauric bow was our previous weapon, and there were a couple of really difficult boss fights to solo with a bow. I ended up using summons for a couple of them. But it was just useful to have a summon like Latena, who could basically snipe Radagon for me. Oh, and that time I didn't get to use Comet Azure because I was too busy respawning. Ow. Now I'm dead. Okay. Well, we got the bad start that time around. He ran at me instead of letting me get buffs going and stuff, so... What's been the most fun so far? Honestly, I think the bow run also takes that, because you get fun out of, like, satisfaction in this game, and it's really satisfying being able to beat the boss with a bow. I think, aside from that, they've all been pretty fun, because there's only been a couple of them, so I can't really tell you what my favorite weapon of the ones that we've done so far is yet, because they've all been different enough, you know? Yeah, I think we need to go through the fog gate with the flask already active and just Comet Azure, assuming he's going to run at me, because he's doing that more often than not. Which weapon am I dreading the most? Anything that I have to get from the DLC later in the DLC, because obviously there are some which require you to beat some pretty difficult bosses, and so far speed has been on my side because I haven't had to go and do a ton of stuff, but like to get to the DLC you obviously have to fight 2 major bosses in the base game, get pretty hench, and then if you want to do anything in the main game, for a guy like me with like relatively average skill level, I'm gonna have to go and get all of the Shadow Tree fragments to have a chance of beating like the bosses who are waiting for me at endgame, right? So I don't know how I managed to do this the first couple of times, but he just runs at me so quickly now. He's figured out my strats and has already adapted to counter them. But yeah, in terms of weapons I'm dreading the most, aside from ones that are just like difficult to acquire, I guess there's a couple of, like, bows that might be a little annoying. Like, the short bow run is going to be a little annoying. Because bows are really a support weapon anyway, so the fact that you're supposed to use them as a main weapon in the context of this challenge kind of sucks. My flask is now completely run out, but I can at least get some decent damage going. Alright, cool. And then he just two-shots me because I don't have much vigor. The Great Bow runs are going to be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm, Is Marika's Hammer going to be a New Game Plus run? Yes, so the idea is that anything that's from the last few bosses is going to be a New Game Plus run. That's going to include Axe of Godfrey, So I'm actually going to do Axe of Godric and Axe of Godfrey the other way round, so that effectively I can use the same character for both, and then just bring it into New Game Plus and keep going with a similar build. Because otherwise I would have to completely respec an Astrologer to use Axe of Godfrey. Because the one immediately before that is Astrologer's Staff, I'm pretty sure. Dang, I thought I rolled through that one. Okay, yeah, too interruptible, that spell. Is what it is. Here we are with this old chestnut. And by that I mean the chestnut that he just threw at me. So Marty Lobo, the idea is that, yeah, we try and get the weapon as fast as possible. Up until that point, I basically have to use other weapons. So I set that kind of on a per run basis. Like, is there an earlier weapon that seems thematically appropriate for me to use later? Is it going to help me get practice at using a difficult weapon? Like, I used the samurai longbow to get me prepared for using the Albinauric bow for the previous run. There are going to be some in which it's accessible really early in the game and I can just run to it and kill like one or two things. But then there are some which, like the Alabaster Lord Sword, for example, I had to get to the Lake of Rot, which is a relatively deep in the game area. You have to beat certain bosses for it. So I just tried my best to get there in as few steps as possible, basically, like quest lines and stuff. Just got to be on top of that stuff. Oh, and now he's just trolling me. I'm just bad at dodging that attack in particular, I think. Okay, we got to phase 2 for all the good it's going to do me. Yep. Doesn't it only go up to New Game Plus 7? Nope. New Game Plus 7 is just, I think, the point at which the game stops getting any more difficult. Like, it doesn't scale much beyond that, but you can do as many New Game Pluses as you want to. I think the convention, if you're trying to do like the most difficult version of like the DLC or whatever, and you have no blessings and you're rune level 1 and you're in New Game Plus 7, that's effectively like, this is as hard as the game gets. What's up, Snappy? Welcome in. Okay, this time we might actually deal some damage. I hope. Nope, even less. He somehow managed to go around the bubbles I was trying to lay as a trap. Can't even roll sideways out of it that time. Nice. Okay, now I can heal. Hate that attack so much. Okay, now I'm facing completely the wrong way and I have no healing flasks. I do kind of wonder if he's just walking towards you like this, can you eventually get enough distance that he'll just walk slowly towards you and you can comet him? I don't think you can, because yeah, he just counters. Okay, that makes sense. At least I know. Playing the DLC after beating endgame but not starting New Game Plus, that's pretty sensible, I think. As long as you've got, like, everything available to you in the base game, I think the DLC is fun to play. It's going to be interesting seeing how we can get there as quickly as possible in upcoming playthroughs like this, but of course we have to get that to that point first, and I don't know if I'm getting past Maliketh today. Might need a little bit more practice with this fight. Did the DLC on New Game Plus 4? Yeah, I don't think starting the DLC for the first time on New Game Plus is a great idea, unfortunately. Probably a little early to drink the flask, but... I'm just gonna run off the edge here. I'm just gonna do that. Kev, thank you for the 17. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, that one was doomed from the start. Not using stuff like Golden Vow. I mean, no, because that requires something like 20-something faith, and this build is pretty min-maxed for Arcane and Intelligence because of the staff I'm using. Boiled crab won't make a great deal of difference because... I mean, I've got some boiled prawns, but... I'm still going to get two-shot by this guy. The thing about Terra Magica is that you have to set it up, and this guy doesn't really allow me a great deal of setup time before he swoops in and kills me. Like, Terra Magica very much requires you to stay in one place, and the thing about this boss is that you need to be sort of maneuverable. Well, let's be real, if I get a Comet Azura for long enough that Terra Magica would count, it would be fine if it wasn't there as well. Okay, he's rushing me. And now the flask is worn off, so I'll just do this until I run out of mana, which will be basically instant. Ow. All right. We'll give this a few more attempts, but then I might spend a little bit of time just getting a summon together so that we don't get stuck on this forever, because I don't really have a whole lot to prove here. Like, I've done these fights before, and fighting them over and over and again on stream is not my idea of a good time, because I want to get to the next weapons and see what else we can do. So I don't want to make it, like, unnecessarily challenging on myself. Can I drink the flask before we go through the door? Just in case. Yep, he just charges me again. I suppose I've seen Jev's level 1 playthrough. I think he's actually losing his mind. There's a lot of people doing level 1 playthroughs who are like, why am I doing this again? And I'm like, yeah, why are you doing this again? Like, the thing about these games is that you can make them as hard or as easy as you want to just based on how much equipment you have, and I don't really see the point in making it hard for yourself because you end up only using like a fraction of the stuff that's in the game. My plan is to go into the next weapon this stream. No, I don't think I'll be able to beat the next run of bosses within... Like, I'd be streaming for max another hour. Doesn't even give me time to cast the normal bubble. The other thing about Star Shower is that it's weirdly not very interruptible. Like, if he hits me, I'm still casting it. It still casts all of the projectiles instead of getting interrupted mid-cast. So we trade, which I'm sort of fine with. Oh, close. My timing was off. Once the first one hit me, I was like, I'm just going to be rolling when he hits me instead of before he hits me. Yeah, I'm not doing like an all remembrances run for many of these. I have a couple of extra things that I want to do, like with the astrologer's staff playthrough, because you have the staff from the very beginning. I kind of want to make that a run where I get every sorcery in the game, just so I have the full arsenal of spells at my disposal. And we'll see how that goes. That includes the DLC as well, so I want to do that as like a seamless co-op run with a friend. Yeah, you roll towards them instead of away from them, and it works a lot better some of the time. Like, this game rewards you being aggressive and staying near the boss, but the problem with that is that you're rotating around the boss a lot, and so camera positioning is kind of difficult. But there was one Dark Souls game, apparently, where rolling away was the better strategy, and they decided they didn't like that so much. Okay, this time we got the slow walk up, so maybe we do a bit of damage this time. But then the question is, do we squander that here? The answer is pretty much yes. If you see me crouching during this fight, it's because I'm gripping the controller really hard. Still really hate that attack, by the way. Dang it, dude. I did not think I had low enough health that he would one-shot me there. But what do I know? We had the right strat there. It was just about making sure my health was high enough and dodging the attacks better. Which is how you beat basically every boss. Yeah, I think much as I love the bubbles, I think Star Shower is really the way to go. If I look like I'm in a really advantageous position, I might try and cheekily get a bubble to end the fight, but I'm not going to take any chances if I can help it. So I think we go through the fog gate, and if he's already running at me, then there's not a whole lot I can do, but if he's giving us the slow walk up like this, then maybe we have a chance at getting to phase 2 quickly. Great. Yep. Once again, I get hit by one attack and suddenly my timing for the rolls is timed to when he is going to hit me instead of being offset from when he's going to hit me. But to be fair, that's what I thought was going to happen on the previous run, so maybe I'm doing better. The only problem with this format, I guess, with the A to Z thing, is that there are so few weapons that are, like, the same weapon class immediately after each other, so I sort of have to learn a gameplay style, and then forget all about it for the next run. And then, by the time the weapon class comes around again, I've completely forgotten how to use it. So I'm pretty sure it was this, or it was whatever the sorcery is you get from Loux's cave, like the Hail of Stars one from there. And that time I had life drain. Because there's like 3 versions of this spell. There's 2 you learn from Selen, and I think the one that you get from Loux is Stars of Ruin. So I think maybe we go with that. Because it takes more FP, and I don't have a huge FP gauge, but it's probably going to deal a bit more damage if there's multiple projectiles. And I think that's what I was using the first time around when I beat him with the Academy Glintstone stuff. Is there a spell version of Glintblade Phalanx? I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them. I think one of them is in the DLC, though. Okay, slow walk up. Okay, now he's coming at me. That seems like the damaging one, though. Oh, but it's interruptible. It's more interruptible than the other one. Cool. Alright. He really doesn't have a ton of health for a boss at this stage of the game. But I don't have a ton of FP for somebody who's trying to cast this spell several times. So then he follows up with this, does his leap. Okay, get a quick heal in. Get behind the pillar if I can. Oh, now I need to re-up my mana. Gonna run away a little bit because I can't see him right now. There he goes. How he reached me with that when I was to the other side of the arena. I think if we had a better walk up with Comet Azure, we would have had a better chance at that one. But I think that's the strat. That's achievable. That's achievable. Appreciate the encouragement, folks. Yeah. I'm also 3 flasks off of max. So a little bit of golden seed gathering might be worthwhile. What's up, Corby? Welcome in. I use the Albinauric ashes. We could do something like that. Man, I was hoping that wouldn't hit me. Really didn't end up in a great position there. The problem with, like, camping out on that platform is that, yeah, he can knock you off pretty easily. Or you can, like, roll off the platform, which is even worse. All I want is a single playthrough where the Maliketh fight goes easily. Come on, run at me, run at me, run at me. Okay, well, we got some damage off that time. Not that it matters, because he immediately did a lot of damage to me in exchange. That might get us to phase 2, though. But now I have no mana. He follows up. Need to heal, because one attack will kill me now. Oh, he can absolutely keep doing those attacks from behind a pillar, though. I'm fine with that. Bubbles! Nope. I guess we don't get bubbles that time. Okay, what I'm learning is I don't really have time to mess around and use other magic. We're not seeing other spells today. I'm also learning that I don't have enough FP to be casting this consistently. Weird how standing in the middle of that, I didn't really take as much damage as I expected to. Did it. Killed him with the bubbles. The run is on. The run is on. The bubble wand triumphs. I was like, I don't have enough mana to cast another Stars of Ruin, but I can get the bubbles out. Incredible work. Okay, cool. We done Maliketh. Good. Fine. Just came to witness the glory? Nice. Well, congrats. You made it. You were here. Gonna use this. We'll get the grace. Bubbles for the win. Definitely gonna give myself some more vigor. I also don't know if I have... Oh, I do have these. If I can get over the next threshold, then I don't have to worry about losing anything to Gideon. The last couple of attempts, for whatever reason, Gideon has been a difficult fight, and that scares me. Because Gideon never used to be a difficult fight. I'll take some more vigor at this point, though. Always weirds me out that you can't ride your horse here. So I can remove that from the pouch. Right, let's just go straight for Gideon. Yeah, we can cast Terra Magica while he monologues. We can Comet Azure him right after, but it's about whether or not he moves. What have you got for me? Oh, thanks. We'll pop that before we fight Gideon, because it's a freebie. Yeah, he can roll out of Comet Azure, but it's still going to land a decent amount of damage on him first, right? What we want to do is get him to waste his heal. Is there anything worth exploring in this area? Oh, yeah. Like, if you haven't been to the sewers already, if you haven't got that golden seed from there, there's a few other bits and pieces that are around. But yeah, like you can do the Lanedale sewers at this point if you've not done them already. See, this is where these bubbles are going to come in very handy, because the cool thing about the bubbles is that he doesn't think of them as a threat. Ow. I need to not waste my heals. Easiest Gideon fight we've had so far. Love that for us. Shut up. Where's your voice coming from? Sweet. So Scepter of the All-Knowing is going to be a fun playthrough at some stage, because that will probably end up also being a New Game Plus. I feel like Maliketh is the cutoff point. I feel like for a weapon to prove its worth, it has to be able to beat Maliketh, Gideon, and this lot. So we'll go and get the Queen's Bedchamber Grace again, and we'll see how we fare against Godfrey. I do wonder how Radagon is going to be as well, because again, like, he deflects magic, but you can just bubble. I'm also very much looking forward to the run that we will do with the Frenzied Flame ending, because of being able to have a summon for this fight. But as it is, we're going in solo. The usual. Yeah, okay, fair. Fair, I deserved that. I was treating this like the fight when you re-enter the arena and you get the walk-up. He graciously walks into the bubble for us. Because that's his attack pattern. He, like, lunges towards you. Interestingly enough, this is another fight where it's a really good idea to roll towards him. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. The steppy follow-up. That one went up the kilt. He's not going to let me cast this, but I'm going to try anyway. Just for fun. I guess he kind of did let me cast it, though. Let's try on the refight, because I think on the refight we can at least get a decent comment off. Didn't know I had a Twitch? Well, the more you know. You're here now. Congrats, you found me. I stream Minecraft Tuesdays, Thursdays, and every other Sunday. I stream Elden Ring as a bonus every so often. Usually after the Minecraft streams, but sometimes on Wednesdays because my partner streams today as well, so fun for us to just hang out. Alright, we got to get to about here. Make sure he doesn't throw the axe, which he's probably going to in a second. Alright, so what I'm learning here is that I need to drink the flask when I'm already in the arena. Steppy follow-up. Yep, okay. Okay, I think we're good for this phase. As for the next one, no idea, dude. I think we might just have to keep Stars of Ruin on deck. Because that spell at least casts quickly. The only other way we could improve our casting time is to put way more points into dexterity. But I don't really have the points going spare right now. I'm the one going spare, if anything. Okay, now I've got to remember that all of his attacks are going to have that shockwave, which is going to prevent me from casting anything slow. Yeah, fair. Okay. And the difficulty is just spacing Comet Azure to the point where he doesn't shock me out of it until I'm done with my free FP flask. Thanks, Blackclad. Have a good luck. We'll be wrapping up here in a few minutes anyway, I think. Okay, he hasn't started with the axe throw for the past few fights, which I'm actually really happy about. Okay, all right. We'll take it. We'll take it. Oh, dang it. I forgot. He's probably going to insta-kill me with this. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. Well, didn't expect to get to phase 2, so we did pretty well to get here. What does lurk mode even do? It's just a chat command to let people know you won't be in chat. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not like a Twitch thing, it's just a command we've set up here. Yeah, not a bad try. We got to Hoarah, Loux. That's an interesting opener. I wonder if maybe we drop a Terra Magica first, then chug the flask. This feels like he's going to throw the axe this time around, but maybe he's not. Oh, cool. Okay. That wasn't bad. Okay, didn't know the timing of that one, so he's killed me that time, but not bad. Alright, couple more attempts and then I think we'll call it for tonight because I'm getting kind of hungry. I need to go make dinner. But we don't have the builders in tomorrow, so if I want to, I can stay up late and maybe get a lie-in tomorrow, or maybe go to the beach early. We'll see. We'll see what we're able to do. Okay, should be roaring by now, surely. There we go. I knew that one was coming up soon. Okay, what? What happened there? I got hit by his attack before he... The attack that he did before he transforms. And that time I just wasn't drinking flasks. I was trying to switch to the flasks and it just didn't register the input of me drinking them for some reason. Hoarah is easily my favorite fight in the whole game. I'm enjoying it when I'm a melee build. I think the problem with the magic stuff is you always want to create space and he doesn't let you create space. But just like dodging and then hitting him with a melee weapon, I'm more than happy with. Okay, this time he's being a Chad and walking towards me slowly, I guess. Yeah, I was trying to switch to my health flasks and I did not look at where he was swinging. No worries, AK, have a good one. Think we'd ever get a Dark Souls 1 stream. I've considered getting the other Dark Souls titles, the other FromSoft titles. I own Sekiro already, but I've never played any of the other Dark Souls ones. The problem with Dark Souls 1 is that at this stage it's old enough that I feel like Elden Ring has spoiled me for, like, all of the stuff in this game that's, like, quality of life compared to the original Dark Souls. Everyone's like, oh, I can't believe Elden Ring gives you a dedicated jump button. That's so different to Dark Souls. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't sound like I would like Dark Souls all that much. But I probably would. It's just about trying it out for the first time, you know? Okay, we got the attack off there at least, but man. He does not make it easy for you to charge a spell in this fight. There we go. That time he almost got hit with my spell from the last phase, as opposed to me getting hit with his skill from the last phase. Alright, I'm going to heal just in case. At some point, that becomes a 3-stage attack, and I forget when it happens. Oh, he hit us with the Street Fighter sweep, though. Oh, dear. Alright, need more mana. Okay. Not gonna count on anything here until it's done, but we've nailed it. Didn't get to use any bubbles on him, but you know. We got there, we got there. We're going to do a collab in DLC. Yeah, Kev, the idea is that me and ZloyXP are going to do the Astrologer Staff playthrough. So we're going to start... I mean, I'm going to start Astrologer. He's going to start whatever he wants to. And my goal is to get every sorcery in the game, including for the DLC. So we will hopefully end up being able to play through a lot of the DLC. I'm not quite sure how I'll handle the final boss as a sorcerer, because I probably won't have played it as a sorcerer up until that point. But yeah, the idea is that when we get to Astrologer's Staff, that's going to be like a pretty comprehensive playthrough of the game, because I want to get all of the sorceries. Not like every single spell, but every single sorcery. Alright, well, since we're here, I'm going to try going into Radagon and seeing how well Oracular Bubble does. I know for a fact that if you chug the flask before you get into this fight, you can Comet Azure him until he starts blocking. So we'll give that a try. Like, I don't think we're going to beat Elden Beast, but we'll at least fight Radagon, you know? Okay, there we go. That's as far as we're getting with that guy. And now we bubble. See, he does guard the projectile, though. That's really annoying, actually. Oh, yeah, I forgot he wasn't landing on me for that one. Alright, we got comboed, but hey, this seems doable. Bubble Beam for the win, yeah, right. And again, Stars of Ruin is pretty solid at dealing with tricky enemies like this, so... The other thing I could do, since we're going into the Elden Beast fight, is we'll probably ditch Terra Magica, and we can equip Shard Spiral, because I know that absolutely eats up Elden Beast. Because it's a real big enemy. So we'll have a couple of tries at this since we're here, but then, yeah, I think that's where we'll call it. Okay, that was unfair. Alright, you don't like my bubbles, I get it. That's the other alternative, is to, like, deal with some of this fight melee style. Since the Ripple Blade is not terrible. It's not good, but I'd say it's not terrible. That's another note, is I can't really charge the bubble. He doesn't have a long enough attack window. Oh, I forgot he follows up. I forgot he follows up. 172 runes. Thank you for that. Cool. Stars of Ruin seems like the best option, really. No summons? Not right now. I could probably come in with a summon if this fight takes forever. After playing the DLC, now I can't unhear the Mesmer references? I know. Ow. Having a hard time dodging this guy today. Oh yeah, that attack. I forgot he does that. Thrown sideways. The other cool thing about regular Oracle Bubbles is that he'll block one, but then he won't block the other, like, 7. He got me that time. Yeah, we've done a co-op playthrough together, Snappy. We'll do another co-op playthrough for the DLC pretty soon. That's the idea, at least. Azia's crown just increases the potency, right? It doesn't increase the casting speed. This increases the casting speed, and I think his staff does. Yeah, I think that one of the main things I could use for this fight is more flasks. Need to convince Jimmy for a co-op with me? Nah, I think Jimmy's got other more important things to do than play this game. Especially now the hype for the DLC has mostly died down. Man, he really didn't let me have much of that, did he? Honestly, Shard Spiral did a decent amount there. Not so much there, but... As always, the lesson is roll towards them, not away. Except when they're going to do that. May need a few more flasks. I might also just go and rewatch my original Academy Glintstone Staff playthrough and figure out what spells I was using. Which I'm pretty sure was Stars of Ruin, but you never know. I think I also had a summon, so... The problem is if he's going to block it, I really can't waste Stars of Ruin on him because it costs a lot of FP for something that's not going to deal any damage if he's blocking, you know? For that, my friends, you're getting the bubbles. We actually hit him with those. Okay, we're halfway through. Probably not going to last much longer than this, but... And I forgot that happens in basically a figure 8 pan. And that you can't jump that one. Alright. I think that's where we'll leave it for today, but we got more than halfway done with Radagon, so we need a bit of a strategy revision. We maybe need a little bit better casting time. Dexterity could go up. Maybe some other stats could go down. I'm not sure what, though. But either way, we're level 150, and we've made it as far as the final boss. That's where we're going to wrap things up for today's stream. Thank you so much for hanging out today, folks. I'm off to make some dinner, but I'll leave you with somebody else here on Twitch, so stick around for the raid. Let's see which of our friends is live tonight. Oh, interesting. Let's go raid Mohg Swamp, because he is playing Terraria. Always fun to visit Mohg when he's playing something new. He does say no backseating, please, so if you're a Terraria expert, maybe... keep it down, because I think he might be playing with another player, so he's new to the game and trying to figure some stuff out for himself. So, go say hi to Mohg for me. Give him my love. Use your Pixel Hype emotes in the hashtag PixelRaid. Not sure I'll be back tomorrow because I am planning on spending the day outside if it's a nice day. So stay tuned for whether streams are happening or not. Either way, folks, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.